I got to tell you, I think we're living in some exciting times. You know, I'm 49 years old. I'll be 50 in February. I'm self-employed. I've owned a business, insurance business, for 25 years. I've done that, and there's some cool things that are available to us now that just didn't exist in the past. I've been for a while considering selling digital products online, having an online business, and I did some research on it. Probably, and I say this probably longer than I should have. It took me like a year and a half. I probably should have figured it out quicker, but it's what it was. And I'm into it now, and I think it's the greatest thing. I mean, digital products, think about it. You got a product that has no overhead, no manufacturing, no shipping. Your overhead is your time and your thought process to putting into the product. It's instant gratification for the person that's purchasing it. They get it a couple minutes later in the download. The fact that we got this AI technology, the fact that you can use social media to run, and which, listen, you could run campaigns that you pay for, but let's face it, the reality is social media, for the most part, it's free. I mean, and your audience is the entire world. 8 billion people, they say 6 billion online. And now we're talking 24/7, because while you're sleeping, you know, they're wide awake on the other side of the world. And the thing of it is, too, if you create a website with a digital business, you're going to have it fully automated, right? So the thing is running 24/7. You don't have to pay to have somebody standing there at the storefront. You know, it's running 24/7, 365, even while you're sleeping, eating, on vacation, at a wedding, a family event, you name it. Working your other job, you know, maybe you're a W-2 or you're a 1099, a self-employed guy like myself. The thing is running 24/7. It's just the coolest thing. So, you know, I'm really excited about it. I got into it not that long ago. I've got my whole thing up and running. And it's just the second I was able to get it all the components together, and know that when I walked away from the computer, that business is now running 24/7 without me even doing a thing. That just, it excites me. It really does. It really motivates the hell out of me, I got to tell you. But digital products, I mean, we never had the ability to do this before. This is a whole new world. And now you got this AI technology where you can use that to help you run your media, your social media campaigns, things that would take you forever to put together or figure out. Or if you want to make, maybe faceless videos, you instead of having to figure it out and know a whole bunch of stuff that you don't know about, you simply go on the AI technology. I actually use one called Manus, MANUS, Manus. You do actually pay for that one, but I think it's worth it. It's like $19.95 a month. But you can literally create your scripts, whatever your thought process is. You literally just ask it, and in a short period of time, you can have videos made, whatever you need. So I mean, we just have all these components to us, components available to us that we never had in the past. And think about this. If you're going to start out like I did, and you're going to sell someone else's digital product, I do have an ultimate goal, and I'll follow up with that in a second. An ultimate goal of having my own digital products in the health and fitness industry, because that's what I'm into. You always notice when I'm doing my posts, I try to be efficient, so I do it while I'm doing something else. You'll see me like I'm right now. You'll see me walking, doing my steady state cardio all the time. I try to do it when I'm doing that, but that's my ultimate goal, is to get my own digital products in the health and fitness industry, because that's my passion. That's my expertise of over 30 years. But I didn't want to start out that way. So if you're like me and you're a beginner, you're probably going to start out with somebody else's digital product. The thing of it is, there's a lot of choices out there. I'm going to give you what I did. You can look into it. Maybe you do something else. But I settled on Legacy Builder 2.0. I'll tell you why. Generally, your commissions, even when you're selling not your own but somebody else's product, in the digital space, are high because there's no overhead. But this one actually is 100%, which is pretty cool. And the thing of it is, in the past, if you wanted to open up a business, what would deter most people, the American dream, right, is the cost. So if you're going to open up a storefront, you need to rent a place. You need to have good credit for that. If your credit isn't good, you're not even going to get it. You got to hire, most likely, employees. Then you got to have insurance on the business. To keep in and retain your employees, you're probably going to have to offer them benefits. All these different things that you have to pay for. You have an online digital business, you can run that on your own. You don't need employees. The little digital guy online is your employee. You don't need insurance. You don't need a storefront. And your product, it's just a great thing. Your product has no overhead, so you don't have any of those expenses. But I settled on Legacy Builder. It comes with a cost. It's more expensive than probably a lot of them. But here's the thing. It's $900. That's a one-time fee, not reoccurring. It's $900 because in that $900, you get the master resale rights on the digital product. So even though it's not your product, you're actually purchasing it. So you're going to get the same commissions as if you sold your own product, which is 100%. And you can't beat 100%. So the point is, if you decided to do this and you were buying it from me, I would get $900 straight up. Now you're going to get the master resale rights when you do that. When you sell it, you're getting $900. There's only one other fee in Legacy Builder. It's a $39 fee, but not a reoccurring $39 fee. Just like the $900 is only once, the $39 is once. That's the processing fee for them. They set your website up and everything. That's the processing fee for that. So your full commitment, all in, is $939. That's it. There are no surprises when you're doing the training, and if you can commit to it full time. So if you work a W-2, let's say, when I say commit to it full time, let's say use Saturday and Sunday. I say Saturday and Sunday because it would take 2 days. If you spend like 6, 7, 8 hours a day, it'll take you 2 days to set the whole thing up. In that period of time, you will not see them come up and say, oh, well, by the way, you're halfway through the training, you have to spend another $500 for this. There are no other expenses. There are no hidden fees. And I say that because if you're like me, remember the first thing I told you, I spent over a year and a half researching this. I got turned off. There were a few of them that I did that maybe had like a very low cost. And then along the way, they just keep nickeling and diming you. Well, and then you a lot of times they get you to do it because you've already committed, like 6 hours of your time to it. And they'll tell you, well, it's another $80 for this. There's none of that. This is it's a legit program, Legacy Builder. It's straight up. I trust the program. I believe in the program. I think it's solid. They don't come up with anything else. In that whole 2 days, you pay nothing else. If you don't have full time to commit to it, if you're gonna like maybe pick away at it 2-3 hours a day, I would say it's gonna take you about 5 days. So really, anywhere between 2 to 5 days. At the end of 2 to 5 days, you have your own online business that's fully functional, that works on its own, all set up. How exciting is that? But that's your course. If you decide to go with Legacy Builder, it's $939. And again, every time you sell it, you get $900. So that would be considered a high ticket item. So you could see that even if you have 2 sales, 1,800, 3 sales a week, you're making some pretty damn serious money. It's exciting. So that was the choice I made. That might be the route you go. I'm here to try to help anybody. You can always ask me questions if you're just getting into it. I'm not that far into it as well, so I would still consider myself a beginner, but I'm excited about it. That's the product I chose. And one of the other big reasons why I chose it, and I was kind of leading into this before about wanting to sell my own digital products in the health and fitness industry, was I thought it was kind of the perfect storm, sort of like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Why not start by selling a product that teaches people, a business in the box, teaches people step by step how to do exactly what you're yourself trying to learn what to do. What are you trying to do? You're trying to set up an online business to sell digital products. Well, that's what this course does. So in the process of offering this, you're going to become an expert at it. So it's a great thing. It's a win-win. And you feel good about it. I have to personally own, and believe in what I'm offering someone, because otherwise I can't put my name on it. My reputation is everything to me. I believe in the product. I think it's solid. Is there a massive need for it? Does it fill a need? 100%. How many people are looking to be able to open up an online business selling digital products? A lot of people, right? A lot of people, because it's just a very appealing thing. So you're going to have the clientele. It's out there. And all you got to do is do what I'm doing right here. You got to tell people about it. You let them make the decision. But I just thought it was the perfect storm, because now along the way, I'm going to learn everything. And just to tell you, what are they doing for you? Remember, in that $939, you don't just own the product. It's also all the training. So when you're done with them, you're set. Like I said, if you have 2 days to commit to it, you're done in 2 days. What they're going to do is they're going to set your website up for you. Okay, so you're going to own that website name, whatever you choose. They're going to set up your credit card processing with you, multiple different things, PayPal, Square, Stripe, and they're going to link it. Very important, because that's how you're getting paid, right? They're going to link it to your website, so that works. They're going to set your emails on automation for you. You're going to get a private email. It's actually going to be your own private email that you get. They're going to set that all up for you, and they're going to put it on automation so that people get automatic emails without you doing anything. And they're also going to show you how to set your social media up and what you want to do with that, what I'm doing here right now. So really all the things. And there's a lot of components that I didn't talk about. And if you've been in this like me for a while, you'll understand that there's so many little things in there that they handle for you that if you try to do on your own, believe me, it's quite daunting. There's what's called an autoresponder. There's a funnel system. There's all these little components in there that make that whole thing run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I've never found, and I've looked at a lot of them, anyone that made it easier than this one. Anyone that you could do it within 2 days. And that's realistic. If you have full time to commit to it, you could have this thing up and running in 2 days. I had one I looked at. It made you, it was actually good for me too, because I learned a lot, but it made you do a lot more of the processes on your own. Man, it took me over a month to get all the components together. But I actually now that I saw that, I know all too well how much is involved and how much this Legacy Builder makes it easy for you, where you could do it in 2 days. But again, the point I was making and leading into in the beginning of my conversation here was, remember what I said, ultimately, I want to keep doing this, but I also want to have my own digital products. That's my dream, right? And this is going to give me the expertise, the knowledge, the skills to go out and then open up my own website and then put my own digital products there, which, check it out, your labor cost or your overhead is whatever your thought process is of putting those products on paper. But once you get past that, which probably isn't that much money, if any, you're in 100% profit. So whatever you're selling, if I'm selling a workout video for $80, $50, whatever it is, that's $80, $50 in my pocket, right? And that's my ultimate dream, because that's what I have a wealth of knowledge about, getting ripped, bulking up, bodybuilding, fitness, nutrition. I have over 30 years experience with it, and that's ultimately what I plan on doing. So I just think it's a great thing. I hope this video helps people out. If you want to check out and see what I did, that's totally up to you. But if you go to my website, that's here on my TikTok, just put your email in, and it'll show you the video of the lady who actually created Legacy Builder. You'll watch her video. She takes you thoroughly through basically everything I'm telling you pretty much, but a lot more detail. And then you can click on it and you can sign up for the program if you want. And I would definitely consider it, because, you might do something else, and that's perfectly fine. But I couldn't find one better, and I looked around a lot. I really did. So check it out. I hope everybody has a great day. And I hope you guys are excited like me about this whole new world we're living in now with AI technology and social media, free advertising, and being able to sell products online without needing employees or insurance and benefits. To me, it's just so appealing. I hope you consider it, because to me, the American dream is not working for somebody, because when you're working for somebody, let's face it, you're working for their dream, not yours. The only way you're working for your own dream is if you're working for you. And that's a fact, guys. And listen, I'm not knocking anybody. There are things we need out there. There are people who do great jobs and great services that are needed. And, sometimes that's what people want to do when they have a rewarding career. And I am not disparaging that in any way. And I'm not saying that they're not getting the American dream. Maybe that is the dream for them. But the reality is, the only way you're going to really get that, where you can be, not committed with your time, being able to do whatever you want, not having a boss, is when you work for you. You know, in other words, when you look in the mirror and say, I want to go on vacation, and you're looking at your boss because it's the guy in the mirror, man, that's pretty cool, right? Hope everybody has a great day.